And outside the box reviews, Alien Week continues, and today we are taking a look at the Minimates Deluxe Powerloader set. And this set also comes with Ripley and a battle-damaged alien. I gotta say, I was pretty darn excited when they announced this set. I really hoped that Minimates would pull out some of their vehicles for the Alien line, and my wish has been fulfilled here. So we get basically 3 figures in a set, along with a bunch of other accessories. So let's jump right in and take a closer look. This set comes with a facehugger, same facehugger we've gotten before. So it's really just the outside sculpted bit, which looks pretty nice. Has all the little fingers and the little breathy parts and the tail that wraps around. And then we get some little bit of detail there on the inside of the little mouth and everything. What I found works best is to take the figure's head off, to get the facehugger on their head, and then to pop it onto the body. So there we could have Ripley being attacked by the facehugger here. We also get 3 alien eggs. We get 2 closed ones, and these have some decent detail. They're nowhere near the NECA versions, but you can see it has all the little lumps and wrinkles in them. And then we have the crossed section up there at the top, done in a nice pinkish red. They're hollow on the bottom, so nothing really going on there. And then one of the 3 is actually open. No depth to it since this is also hollow, so nothing really inside. But you can see the lips of it opening up, the membrane going in between with the space there. Looks really nice. They're simple, but very effective little pieces. I don't know, you can kind of fudge something where you take the open one and stick the facehugger on top of it. Doesn't look great, but you can kind of get some kind of effect out of it. And we also get 3 of the standard Minimate display stands, just a round disc with a single peg that goes into a standard Minimate foot. We're going to start off by taking a look at the Ripley Minimate, but we've gotten basically the same Minimate before with the 2-pack version. Everything from the head down is the same, the hair is the same, but this new version in the deluxe pack comes with a beat up face, which I definitely appreciate, something we kind of need to go in the Powerloader. Heck, I bought a second NECA version of Ripley to repaint for my Powerloader, so I'm really happy the Minimates gave us a different version so we could have the correct head. There's a lot of good beat up detail there on the face. I really like how they did it. Same hair as before, nice curly do going on there. The ears are sculpted in the hair as well. We get the shirt, trying to make her look as feminine as possible while her torso being a big box. The sweat stain there around her neck, all the wrinkles painted on there. Wrinkly upper arms there, nothing going on the back of her. Actually, there's copyright info on the lower section. We do have her tracking bracelet there on her arm, details on her pant legs, and then her cool futuristic shoes down there in blocky form. We also get the battle-damaged alien, which we have gotten before too. I can't remember where we got this exact combination of parts, but I'm sure we've gotten it somewhere. He's got a nice bloody detail there on his head. He's got his extended tongue sticking out, looking really good. The tongue's a nice gray, the head's completely black, the teeth are a nice white, though they should be silver, I guess. We do get a little bit of silver biomechanical detail there on the arms and the torso. Rib section's an added on part here with some more of that green bloody paint. The tubes sticking off the back here have been cut down, they're shortened. You get the tail coming off that backpack as well with the nice blade at the end of it. The hands are 5-fingered hands, 2 long claws, 2 short ones, and a thumb. Then we do get the blade that comes back over the elbow, all one piece. The legs are standard Minimate legs, but then we have these big chunky alien feet that go on them as well, which I think are really cool looking. Nice toe detail there as well. The great thing about this set, I think, is that they've given us the ability not just to have Ripley in the Powerloader, but to have the Powerloader stand on its own. Powerloader's really nicely detailed. We have the cage up here at the front, we have the harness there inside, the welder here on the side of it. You can even see they sculpted and painted in the back padding to it. The 2 little antenna and the light up here at the top. Going on the back, we have the pistons sculpted in there. We even have the little bits of silver. The arms come up pretty tall. We have the little caution warning symbols, more pistons. I feel like it could use a little bit of a paint wash to really bring out all the sculpted detail in it, but for being a Minimate, it's really impressive. And down here we get the open claws. You have the silver little teeth inside, pistons and everything. Just looks really good. And the legs, you can see the padding on the inside and the big bulky Powerloader feet with peg holes so it can actually go on a stand, and then more pistons and detail there in the back. Now to get Ripley into the Powerloader, you basically have to disassemble the Powerloader. Each one of these legs has a peg hole at the top that pegs into the base of the body here. These aren't needed once Ripley's inside, but when the Powerloader's on its own, we need to have them pegged in to hold everything in place. So we need to pop those legs off. We can also pop this cage off, and unfortunately everything on this comes apart fairly easily, so you do spend a lot of time snapping things back in place. I also find it's easiest to remove the harness and attach it to Ripley off of the Powerloader, and it just pegs in with 3 pegs there, so it's very easy to do. You also need to pop Ripley apart, so we'll take her head off, and we'll take her arms off, And really we could leave the lower torso on, but it may come off in the process of attaching everything. The trickiest part to it is getting this harness on Ripley. There's really no easy way to do it. The straps on the 4-point harness aren't very giving. It's really hard to get those ball joints through it. I also am kind of worried I'm going to rip it. I think once I get Ripley in here and done with this review, I'm probably done taking Ripley out since I do have another Ripley figure, but it is a little nerve-wracking getting this figure in place. Once the harness is on Ripley, we can then go peg her arms back in. Plus side is being a mini-mate, everything just pops right back in really nice and easy. And then we can put the head back on. And while we have her out of the power loader, we can add in the control handles. These are really simple, just gray pieces of plastic, and they fit right into her C-clip hands. Unlike the NECA power loader, it was really impractical to have her have controls on the arms of it. So she just holds the controls, and then we kind of just have to mimic her to look like she's controlling it. So now that we have the harness on Ripley, we could pop her right back into the seat. She'll peg in very easily. You then put the cage back on. I always feel that when Ripley's in the power loader, the cage doesn't snap in quite as nicely as it does otherwise, but it works just fine. And then we could take the legs. You can see there is a peg at the base of each leg. And we can just slide her own leg in there, peg it in, and then we have Ripley in the power loader. And as I mentioned before, now that her legs are supporting the power loader's legs, we don't need to peg them into the back anymore. Because I forgot to do articulation before putting Ripley in the power loader, I'm going to use the 2-pack version to show off her articulation, which is a ball joint at the base of the neck so she can look up and down, turn her head side to side into tilts, ball jointed shoulder so they'll go forward, back, a little bit out to the side, a hinge at the elbow, a rotation at the wrist, a rotation at the waist, legs are on a ball joint so they'll go forward, back, as well as out to the side a little bit, bend at the knee, and a rotation at the foot. Xenomorph has similar articulation. We have a ball joint at the base of the neck. They'll look really far down, pretty far up, tilt side to side and rotate. Ball jointed shoulders, so they will go forward and back, a little bit out to the side. Hinge at the elbow, and then rotate at the wrist, but the wrist is pretty far back because of the way these hands are shaped. With a rotation at the waist, the legs are on ball joints, so they will go forward, back, out to the side, bend at the knee, and you can swivel at the foot, but because of these back bent feet, it kind of makes it a little more awkward. We still have the tail here at the back. It will swivel up right where it comes out of the backpack of this figure, and then a little farther down has another cut joint. Power loader's articulation, it has ball jointed shoulders, so the arms will go forward, back, out to the side. They really left it pretty open, so you get a good range of motion there. We also get a hinge at the elbow. It bends about 90 degrees, which is great. Actually overextends too. We have a rotation there at the wrist or at the claw, and the legs, when Ripley's attached, can move forward and back. You can also kind of bend her knee to kind of get a slight bend in the power loader's leg, but it's not really there. When Ripley's not in, the only articulation you have of the legs is a slight in and out motion. And I guess we also technically do have waist swivel because, well, Ripley does. Overall, I think this is a great set. I'm really impressed with the engineering Diamond put into the power loader. It really exceeded what I was expecting them to do with it, and I think overall it came out really clean. The other cool part is that you could put any figure in here with normal feet. So, unfortunately, a lot of the Marines or maybe a Predator or something, you might have to either switch out their feet or they're not going to be able to fit in here because they do have larger, specially sculpted feet. But I think most other mini-mates, you could actually probably find a way to get inside the power loader and have all kinds of cool random displays. I would have been happy enough if this had just come with the power loader and Ripley, throwing in the alien, the 3 eggs, and the face hugger, all for I think between 20 or 25 bucks, makes this seem like a really good value in my mind. I absolutely love what they did here, and while we do have the Queen pack coming up next, it already has my mind racing thinking of other things they could do using alien vehicles. So a very strong recommend for this Mini-Mate Power Loader set. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also check me out on Facebook, link below, and Alien Week continues next. But until then, game over, man! Game over!